from the Paris House Designs, and we are in beautiful Saratoga Springs, located in gorgeous upstate New York. Now today we are going to take you on a tour of Saratoga Springs. I grew up a few miles down the road in this lovely town surrounded by farm markets, farmland, country fairs, antiquing, tag sales, great restaurants, shopping, and so much more. Art, culture, anything you could really want to do. So join us today for a quick tour of this quaint, beautiful town. Now Saratoga is known for a lot of things, but I think the thing we are the most famous for is our racetrack. It's the oldest racetrack in the country and the oldest sports venue in the entire country as well. So come along and join us today and learn a little bit about gorgeous Saratoga, New York. Here I am magically in front of the Yaddo. Now the Yaddo was a gift from Spencer Trask in the late 1800s. It was a gift to his wife. By 1926, it became a private retreat where many famous writers and authors would come and be in seclusion to be able to just be creative and to write. One of the most famous authors to come here was Edgar Allan Poe, where he wrote Part of the Raven. Now how exciting would that be to get inside of there? But it's still private and remains that way to this day. So it's very hard, if not impossible, to go inside of there. But anyway, there is so much to do in this beautiful park at the Yaddo. You can have a picnic, you can enjoy the gardens, and just enjoy a lovely day here. So why don't you come along and let's find a few more wonderful spots in Saratoga to visit, shall we? The Yaddo was conceived at the turn of the century by philanthropists Spencer and Katrina Trask. The Yaddo is a working artist community where creative artists pursue individual and collaborative projects in a supportive environment. Because of the Yaddo's mission is to offer artists uninterrupted time to work, only the gardens are open to the public. The gardens are magnificent and have hundreds of roses. They base the design on Italian classical gardens. Many wonderful writers and artists have strolled the grounds, gardens, and the house over the years. Edgar Allan Poe wrote at least a portion of The Raven while staying there. Others who have visited the Yaddo include Sylvie Plath, Truman Capote, and many others. Driving down the majestic Avenue of Pines, you enter the Saratoga State Park, where you will see the gorgeous golf course, hiking, and biking trails. The park is home to the New York City Ballet that performs during the summer. You can also visit the Lake George Opera House that is performed in the Little Theater. The company now calls Saratoga Springs home and performs for more than 25,000 people annually. The gorgeous Hall of Springs is located in the park as well, and that is where I was married many years ago. There is the Gideon Putnam Hotel, restaurant, and spa. The Victoria Pool is also located in the park, and plenty of gorgeous green lawn to have a picnic on. There are also great jazz, classical, and rock concerts during the summer months. Nearby is the National Museum of Dance and Hall of Fame that was established in 1986 and is the only museum in the nation dedicated entirely to dance. Right next door to the Museum of Dance is the Lincoln Bathhouse. The mineral baths consist of individual tubs with a dressing area attached. During your bath, you submerge in a deep, soothing tub of naturally carbonated mineral water, heated to body temperature, 98 to 100 degrees. The effervescent water creates a feeling of warmth and relaxation, which continues after your bath when you are wrapped in warm sheets and left to rest. If you choose to complete your experience with a massage or other spa treatment, a licensed massage therapist will ease muscle tension and fatigue away. Any choice will leave you feeling revitalized and refreshed. A must-stop is Broadway in the center of town. It is here and on its side streets that you will find boutiques, stores, cafes, fine dining, bistros, and hours of entertainment. The one place I never miss is Mrs. London's Cafe and Bake Shop. You may just run into Bobby Flay or Peter Martin's. It is here, according to the New York Times, that restaurateur Bobby Flay often has breakfast at this cozy Broadway bake shop in Saratoga Institution since 1977. It offers fair trade coffees, organic baguettes, and artful viennoiseries, yeast-leavened morning treats. Its savant is Michael London, who staged at Fauchon in Paris as well as at the Patisserie Gérard Moulin. He will happily hold forth on the phyllo-ish texture and interior bubbling of his ethereal croissants. Stock up on your picnic supplies here and take them up the road to the Saratoga battlefield for history buffs, and a few miles out of town is Saratoga Lake for boaters and fishermen. The Saratoga Racetrack is the oldest racetrack in America, and it's the oldest sports venue in our country. The Travers Stakes in Saratoga Springs is the oldest major thoroughbred horse race in America. The first Travers took place in 1864 at Saratoga Racecourse. The race began when bare knuckles boxing champion and U.S. Congressman John Morrissey held a 4-day meeting at Horse Haven. The meeting was so successful, it was decided to build a racetrack right across the street. In the past several years, Saratoga Springs, New York has been honored with the first American Heritage Magazine Great American Place Award. The National Trust for Historic Preservation, Great American Main Street, and Walking Magazine cited it as one of America's most walkable cities. Most of the city has been designated as historic areas because of the wealth of historic and architectural treasures found here. Many homes are used only a few weeks each year by families associated with horse racing, but they continue to be immaculately maintained. The casino, home of the area's historical society and a casino which rivals Monte Carlo in its day, houses turn-of-the-century gambling devices and captures a sense of our past. In October of every year, there is a tour of homes, and in early December, there are candlelight house tours. These magical events offer a glimpse into the beautiful, decorated interiors. The Italian Gardens are located in Congress Park near the famous casino. There are 2 fountains there that face each other in the formal gardens called Spit and Spat. At the opposite end of the park is a beautiful gazebo where the Shakespeare Festival is held each summer. The Carousel is located in Congress Park, and we often head there both before and after the ballet. This lovely carousel made its debut in Saratoga in 1910. Then returned many years later with a $150,000 auction purchase price tag. According to the National Carousel Association, of the 3,000 to 4,000 wooden carousels carved in America between 1885 and 1930, fewer than 150 still operate today. The Congress Park Carousel is the only 2-row carousel carved by Marcus Ilians that remains intact. I'm so happy to see how well they have restored it and continue to let it lend its music, magic, and beauty to the park. Well, that concludes our tour of Saratoga Springs for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really encourage you, your family, and friends to take a vacation up here. It's beautiful year-round. If you're a skier, come in the winter. Fly fishermen, come in the spring. You can hike in the summer. You can go up to Vermont, which is close by, and you can raft and canoe down the Battenkill River during the summer. Fall, forget it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think that's my favorite time of the year. It's spectacular foliage. So come during the fall. The mountains up in Bolton Landing, New York, which is north of Lake George, is so pristine and clean and gorgeous. You can take a boat trip, a dinner cruise around it. It's absolutely gorgeous. For your family, I strongly recommend going up to Lake George Village. The Great Escape Amusement Park is fantastic for children and adults of all ages. There is so much to do, and you can even go over to the Berkshires in Massachusetts. Tanglewood is nearby, and actually I'm writing an article on Shaker Furniture soon for a big accumulation of furniture, that collection that's being gathered that I'm going to be writing about. So you can go over there to Hancock Village and learn about the Shakers, who, by the way, settled originally in the 1700s in this area down in Watervliet, which is not too far from our capital, Albany. So there's a lot to do. So don't forget, grab your camera and your video camera, because these are memories you're going to want to savor forever. Thank you. Have a great day.